All right, in this video, we're going to talk about special types of solutions that can occur when you are solving equations. Okay, so all of these equations are still going to get solved the exact same way we have been, but you're going to see something special happen in each one of these types. All right, so first of all, we still don't have any proportions here, so we're going to skip over the cross multiply step, but we do need to distribute because there's parentheses on both sides. So I'm going to distribute the 3 here. 3 times 4x is 12x, and 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. On this side, I'm going to distribute the 2. Make sure you bring down that equal sign. And I have 2 times 6x, which is 12x, and 2 times negative 9, which is negative 18. Okay. So same thing as before. I have variables on both sides, constants on both sides. There are no like terms that I can combine. So I'm going to get the x's over here and the constants over here. And I'm going to do that by subtracting this 12x right here on both sides. But when I do that, look what happens. I have 12x minus 12x, which is 0, and I have 12x minus 12x, which is 0. So I'm left with a negative 18 on this side, an equal sign in the middle, and a negative 18 on this side. Now, this says negative 18 equals negative 18, which is true. This is true. Okay, so what does that mean? It says when you are left with a true statement, the solution is all real numbers. So basically what that means is, so this is all real numbers, that's what we're going to call it, or you can say it's ARN for short, all real numbers. Okay, now basically what that means is that I could pick any number for x that I want to and plug it in both places, and it would make this equation true. So literally there are so many different answers that could be for x that you couldn't list them all. So we just say all real numbers or ARN. Okay, let's take a look at this next one here. Same idea. I'm going to have to distribute first. 3 times 4x is going to give me 12x. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. Bring down the equals, distribute the 2. 2 times 6x is 12x. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. Same idea as before. Subtract the 12x on both sides. And again, they're going to cancel because 12x minus 12x is 0. And they're the same on both sides. Bring down your negative 18, your equal sign, and on this side we have negative 12. Now this time the sentence says negative 18 equals negative 12, which is not true. Okay, so when you have something that is false like we have here, we say that there is no solution, or we say NS for short, no solution. Either one is correct. What that means is that there is no number you could pick for x so that when you plug it in, it makes this equation true. So we say there's no solution. All right, last one is kind of a special type, but it's not exactly the same as these two. It's just one that kids tend to get tripped up on, so we want to make sure that you recognize it by practicing it some more. All right, so it's the same type of problem. You're going to make sure that you distribute the 3. 3 times 4x is 12x. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. Bring down your equals and distribute the 2. 2 times 5x is 10x. 2 times negative 9 is negative 18. All right, so same idea. Get all your x's on one side, all your constants on the other. So I'm going to subtract 10x from both sides. This time they're not going to cancel on both sides though. If you look, 10x minus 10x is 0 here. But here I have 12x minus 10x, which is 2x. So there's still an x. Bring down your minus 18 on that side, and there's also minus 18 on this side. So now that I've gotten the x's over on the left, I need to get the constants over on the right, and I'm going to do that by adding 18 on both sides. All right, so this is going to cancel. I'm going to have 2x equals, and then if you look, we have negative 18 plus 18, which is 0, right? That cancels too. But we have to have something here. You can't just leave it blank. So you just put a 0, because that's exactly what this equals. Negative 18 plus 18 equals 0. And the key thing to remember here is that you're not done. There's still an x, which means you can still solve. So I need to get rid of this 2, and we do that by dividing. 0 divided by 2 is just 0. So my answer is 0. So that means there's one solution, and it is 0. Just like in the other problems, when you actually got a number for x, whether it be 3 or 9, any of those types of numbers meant that there was one solution. It's the same thing here. Okay, so as long as you still have an x, you can still solve. Don't get here and then stop and say no solution, because it's not right. 0 is the solution. It's the only one. All right, so there are 3 types of special solutions. All real numbers, where any number will work for x. No solution, where no number will work for x. And x equals 0, which means there's one solution, and it is x equals 0. All right, that is it for special types of solutions.